destroyed our brethren in that hole.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today it's going to be Soma, and it's going to be Snow, here on Fighting Spirit. This is another RJB replay. It's a DEFCON 1. Top right, it's going to be Snow. Top left, it's going to be Soma. We love both of these players so very, very much. We are rooting for Snow in the current ASL. Maybe he will get a championship, right? Right. He's been playing so very, very well the last few months. He is pretty much at the top of the standings for ELO rankings, according to RJB. If you want to see the ELO rankings, join the Discord server and go to the Brood War channel. Okay? Okay. So, Soma did take second place in ASL Season 10 back in 2020, and fourth place in ASL 13 back in 2022, so he is basically, you know, at the top of his game here. So I think he's going to give everything that Snow can handle here, right? Tear the Overlord Scout in the correct direction. I am watching ASL as casted by Tastosis. I'm learning a lot. And this is a 9-pool. Alright, so 9-pool opening here on this 4-player map. So either it's aggression, or he fears that it's a proxy gateway here from Snow. Extractor tricking to get 10 supply out of the available 9. And saving up larva for 6lings. Oh my gosh. Is it a 9-pool versus a Nexus first opening? Nope. Maybe. Nope. Just... okay. I saw about 400 minerals here. So it's a Forge. Okay, so Forge very, very safe against a 9-pool opening here from Soma. Yep, 3 sets. Yeah, 3 sets of lings on the way here. And this Overlord says, I don't care if you see me. I want you to see me. Just checking to see. Yep, it's a Forge. Forge expand. Here on Fighting Spirits and a cannon. Man, Snow, the safety is going to save you here today. That is certainly the case. Yep. So we see these 6lings. Petey the Probe. Petey the Probe merch on its way at FalconPaladin.store. Yeah, so we're going to pull these probes just to make sure that this little hole is blocked here. And, oh my gosh, the probe micro here. Zap, 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 zap. Okay. Alright. So these 4lings. And this cannon is protecting the far side of that Nexus. Excellent placement here by Snow, but what else do we expect? No, don't come up here. This cannon will kill you. What are your plans? 4 Zerglings. The probes are like, I don't know if we want to mine. This cannon cannot protect this, but it can protect this. Alright, so double expanding here in the face of the Forge expand. Gateway up. Zealot on the way. Zealot, maybe. Oh my gosh. Snow says, I can, oh. I can mine from this mineral patch. No, just making sure that the probes do not drag the Zerglings into the range of that cannon. Oh, Soma. This is such an intricate early game here. Nope, pulling back, and now Zealot is out. Now the Lings are like, well, we've all got our full HP. We should be able to kill the Zealot, but unfortunately, most of us are going to die in that situation. So they try to get us surround. Oh my god, Zealot, you're so slippery. You cannot get us surround on Zealots controlled by elite Protoss players, man. It is just not possible. Oh, this Ling setup. Okay, trying to get the wounded. No. And, oh, they did. They did take down the Zealot. 2 of the Lings survive, but now the probes can fight back because these Lings are injured. Lairs on the way, metabolic boost on the way, Cybercore coming in. This is exciting stuff, dude. I don't think he's killed any probes yet. That Ling has a kill, but I'm pretty sure that was the Zealot. Hats off to you. Can you make it to the ramp and get into the main base and get a full scout? You actually don't need to do that. There's an Overlord parked over this Nexus, so never mind. Oh, and then they went in and died as soon as I stopped looking at them. All right, so both Lings are dead. Overlord sees the Stargate, running for his life. Drone count is 23 to 27. Pretty good, honestly. And yeah, just no need to make really that many more Lings. I think these two are the original two that were made after the first 6. So that's Zergling 7 and 8. Spire timing, ka-chow. So yeah, Tastosis was talking about scouting as a Protoss player and trying to figure out if it's mutas from the Zerg. And it's tough. It's really tough, man. Tasteless was basically like, all I do is scout it and see if there's gas at all around this time. And if there's gas, I just assume it's mutas. But it also good snipe. It also could just be Scourge, and the gas is going to Hydras and Lurkers and stuff instead. It's just really tough to figure it out. And based on the fact that there is no second gas coming up here, we're not quite out of the woods yet, though. Soma could definitely choose to take a gas sometime in the next, like, 20 seconds or so, and it might be mutas. But if it's just the one gas, then you don't really have enough gas to do anything incredible with Mutalisks. I guess you could still... Okay, fine, there it is. You could still afford 5 or 6 mutas, maybe, with this one gas. But the second gas means you could make that many mutas and some Scourge. Oh my gosh, guess what we're getting? +1 air weapons. Oh, yeah. Love the macro hatch. Love the macro hatch. Falcon loves a macro hatch. And he loves drops. He loves all of those things, doesn't he? Yeah. So Zealots moving out, man. God, Zealots are so good. Zealots are so good in this matchup. They're just good in Brood War, man. They're tanky boys. They take a ton of damage. They deal a ton of damage. They force the enemy to throw up things like sunken colonies that they don't want to build at this stage of the game. There we go. Macro hatch, actually. And that's a sunken. Yeah, Soma doesn't want to make sunkens. Soma just wants to drone up. Spire's done, and he made some Scourge, but there are no Mutalisks. Hey, hey! See? And even then, you scout the second gas, and you're like, maybe it's mutas. Then it's totally not mutas. So Scourge coming in for the scout. They got to worry about cannons here. It's just the response, right? As the Protoss player, do you need to make a cannon in your mineral line or 2 to deal with the mutas? You don't know. You don't know until you see the Mutalisks, right? And at this point, this is a win. You forced a cannon to be produced here. Okay, part of it is it's a hidey hole for this Corsair to hide from pursuing Scourge, right? These Corsairs too. Oh my gosh, it is mutas. No! No, Soma! Alright, man. Let's see how these do. It is... it's even 9 mutas. It's so many Mutalisks. It's not Hydras. It's not Lurkers. There's Hydroden on the way. Let's see if Snow gets additional cannons here. Does he recognize the threat? I mean, this cannon was already present, so it doesn't count as an extra one. Mutas are kind of hiding here at the natural base. I really don't think Snow knows about these. I don't, unless he has some crazy amount of game sense that tells him, I'm not seeing any Hydras pushing across the map. Probably means the gas is going to Mutalisks instead, right? It's even a Flare Carapace upgrade here, too, for these mutas. I mean, this is Flight of the Mutalisks, as brought to you by David Attenborough, as part of Mutalisks on the Wind, Volume 2. Alright, here they are. Now, the Corsairs don't want to stand and fight, because if they do, the Scourge will connect on them. Okay, so far so good. No Scourge have died, no Mutas have died, no Corsairs have died. But I think he probably checked the upgrade and he was like, oh, +1. Oh, there's a single DT out too. What's up, guy? He's even got a kill somehow. How on earth does he have a kill? There are Sunkens and Overlords at that third base. There are Sunkens and Overlords here too. Probably just got a Ling that was out on the map and not being very well protected. Or, I mean, how do you protect a Zergling from a DT? You really can't. It's just going to die, even if there's detection available. So, Hydras on the follow-up. Pneumatized Carapace coming in. That DT does not want to poke in here. The Overlords are all hiding here. I mean, that's the thing about opening Corsairs, is that your Overlords are parked on your bases, so DT stuff is a little bit more difficult. Unless you can kill the Overlords with the Corsairs. That's what Corsair DT is all about. Is Storm done? I think Storm actually might be done. 75 energy, bam, let's rock. Let's rock. And we are at the stage of the game where Zerg is incredibly vulnerable. Everything Protoss is doing is going to be good here. That is so many Scourge, though. Look at the Scourge. All right, Muta's getting in here. Ah, the Storm. Cannon down. Second cannon is up. Now it's the dance of the Scourge versus the Corsairs while the Mutas are ruining connections. Pretty good. There are still 6 Corsairs remaining after that. And now the Mutas are all going to die. They're getting some probe kills, though. They're getting some value, and then he splits them all off in different directions, so some may survive. And then Snow says, guess who doesn't have Lurker Aspect yet? That's right. Soma totally doesn't have Lurker Aspect yet. Storm just walking up to the mineral line and storming it. So good. Oh, Hydra Den at the front gets sniped. Sunken Hydra managing to do this. 2 Sunkens plus Hydras. No Lurkers. It's enough. It is enough to hold. Losing the Hydra Den sucks. Losing some drones is totally garbage too. Another round of Zealots is here. And it's just, if the Hydras are dealing with the Zealots, they can't really deal with the Corsairs. But no, Zealots falling back. It's like a 2-to-1 ratio of Hydras to Zealots here. Zealots are good. They're not quite that good, though. +1 attack on the Hydras is really nice. I mean, got to replace the Hydra Den, yeah. And are we going to get Lurker Aspect at this point? Or is it just going to be like Hydra Mutalisk from this point on? So like I said, this point in the game, everything Protoss is doing is going to be effective against the Zerg. The Zerg needs to be incredibly cost efficient with what they have if they're going to win the game from this spot. What kind of flips it a little bit is the presence of Defilers, Dark Swarm, and Plague. So in this window, Zerg needs to be incredibly good. And Protoss is going to be cost efficient because of the Storms. Okay, decent. Still 6 Corsairs, man. I don't know what to tell you. You're killing a couple Corsairs every time you do that, and it's costing like 10 Scourge. But there are still 6 Corsairs, which is a great number. Holy, double expanding. Lurker Aspect on the way. Observatory coming in. He's expecting Lurkers. Is there Lurkers? I don't think Lurker Aspect is done, so whatever. Getting Observers out early is not going to hurt anything. That poor Mutalisk. He just falls back. That Carapace kept him alive, man. Look, there's Survivor support group here of 5 Mutalisks. Oh boy. Look at these guys hunting overlords for sport. Excellent stuff, but getting away with these 2 bases for Soma is actually kind of awesome. Soma supply blocked. Any sign of going to Hive Tech. Every Zerg player is like, please, for the love of Kerrigan, don't try to do this without Dark Swarm and Plague. If you don't have spellcasters against the Protoss spellcasters, what are we doing here? What's the play? Well, the play is just to overwhelm the Protoss. With so many Hydras and Lurkers, they die. That they fall over and die. But look at how many Zealots there are. Look at how many High Templar there are. Yeah, I just watched a game. Spoiler alert for ASL, I guess. Jaedong against Shuttle, and this is exactly what Jaedong tried to do. Million Hydras. He had more Lurkers, though. I guess Lurker Aspect is done. We'll probably see some of those eggs fired up. Yeah, there they are. Hydra Lurker, and it's just like, it's not enough against a 3-basing Protoss with Dragoons and Zealots and Storm, and especially if the Protoss gets into Reaver Tech, which we're not really in a position to do that, I don't think. I mean, he just needs a Bay at this point. He's got every other piece of tech he needs for it. Okay, Lurkers burrowing in split formation so that one Storm can't murder more than one Lurker at a time. I mean, Snow heading bottom left here. He's like, well, I can wipe this out, or I don't know what he's falling back for, except that someone's going for a bit of a, looked like maybe it was a counterattack, but then what the heck is going on? Okay, so yes, he's going for the counterattack. He's setting up a bit of a siege here at the natural base of Snow. All right. Zealots causing some problems here. Storm causing some problems too. If you have enough Lurkers, the Zealots can handle it, but I don't think this is enough. And then Snow making the move in. Dragoons with Storm support. Man, the Storm weakening up the Hydras even if they try to dodge it. And then the Dragoons cleaning up here. These Lurkers are dying. A reinforcing group of Hydras does come in from the left side, but a reinforcing group of Zealots comes in from the top side. Yeah, I mean, how many times have we seen this story? Like, why do Zergs try this? It drives me bananas. It really does. It drives me bonkers when I see Zerg players being like, We don't need defiler tech. Defilers are for lesser nerds. Okay, I mean, why are you running from that one Mutalisk? I guess a bunch of Hydras are swinging up here, too. So, look, the saving grace here is that these bases exist for Soma, yeah? And that he's at 74 drones. He's really been able to macro up here over the last 5 minutes. He has the sheer economy to just flood maxed out Hydra Lurker. Snow's taking a bottom right base, though, and at some point I think Snow will recognize that it's like, I'm gonna be nice. Ooh, maybe Dark Archons. But you know what'd be really nice is Reavers. Storm is great. But I'm not even sure if you need Reavers against this. Reavers are better when Dark Swarm is everywhere on the map, and the splash damage of the Reaver is needed in addition to the Storm. It's not... Bam, nice snipe. It's not when... Okay, alright. There is no Dark Swarm, and Dragoons are getting full damage whatever they're shooting at. The Dark Swarm is not negating anything because it doesn't exist. There is a hive on the way here from Soma. Man, 75 to 55 workers is a massive worker advantage for Soma. He's got +2 attack on his Hydras. There is a dropship. It's a slow drop. Oh, he's trying to get DTs in here, but... Oh, couldn't quite snipe it. DT's on load. They know they're gonna die. And the drones are evac into the natural base where there is static defense. And so, I mean, I don't know. What's the DT gonna do? He's gonna get some damage off on that spawning pool, but he's not going to kill it. There's just no way. What are these Hydras doing? Go get him. Go get him. Yeah. Zealots, Dragoons, marching across the map here. I don't know. I keep looking at this worker count for Soma and being amazed. That is a massive worker count for a 17-minute mark of a PTZ, man. Oh, that's... It's like the one storm turning that tide, as per usual. More storms up. Zealots chasing these Hydras. They can't stand in there and fight. They're not built for this. Look how many attacks it takes for a Hydralisk to kill a Zealot. It takes like 15 Hydras, 3 attacks to kill a Zealot, man. It's a ton. Adrenal's on the way. A Defiler Mound is coming in. Zerg players rejoice and be merry. Oh, how did this guy get down here? He's got 8 kills. He just knocked the worker count down. All right, we gotta watch that. Gotta watch this guy's terrible, terrible work. Where does he come from? Where does he go? It was a beautiful 76 worker count. And these guys move over. Where's this shuttle? Here it is. Yeah, that's the same one that... Wow, this is so careful from Snow. So while all this is happening, this guy sneaks in, says, you don't think you need static defense at this base because... You think drops don't exist, but guess what? Drops do exist, muchacho. And he knocks the worker count from 76 to 68, 67, 66. Fantastic. Dude, Snow's like, this economy was too strong. I had to do something to stop it. And you did. And then you did. Now look at this juke. Look at this juke. It's like, the DT's hiding in that corner. No, he's not. He's not getting there. No way he's getting more kills. Where's the Overlord? He's slow. DT. He's like, I just got to get 2 more kills, man. That's all I need. Okay, 3 is great. 4! 12 kill DT, and he's not done yet. Okay, if Snow wins this game, it's this DT. It is. It just is. Look, how is this not taken care of so much? Falcon is so disgusted by this. He is out of words, folks. Okay. All right. Okay. 24 kills. What? We're a bit of a base race scenario here. Base trade anyway. Lurkers burrowing in. Where is your Dark Swarm? I don't know. But Snow coming bottom left. Older sources of income plus tech versus newest sources of income. Which one is more important? I don't know, man. Oh, I'm just upset. The worker count went from 76 to 60 thanks to one Dark Templar. High ground lurkers trying to defend this base. Lurker eggs trying to defend this base? No, exploding in a shower of blood. So this base is dead. The natural base is dead from snow, but check out how it's already mined out. I guess there's 1,000 gas left at it somehow. High Templar, high ground, and storm here, storm here, storm. So 3 storms available. And the hiders don't micro at all, so they all die. All right, well, natural base is all you're going to get. Meanwhile, active, healthy bases of Somas are getting destroyed. Mutas, park behind the mineral line. Mutas, don't get sucked into the cannons, you idiots. Also, where is the Dark Swarm? Did he just give up on making defilers? He's like, I don't have time for defiler tech. Screw it. We'll do it live. Yeah, this base is toast too. There are 2 Sunkens. Okay, 4 Sunkens here. Sunkens don't matter at this stage of the game. It's a 2-3 upgrade setup. Here for the Protoss. Snow. 2-1 upgrades also for the Hydras. All right. So a base goes down. This base... Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. 3rd, 4th, and 5th bases of Snow die. All right. Dude. So this isn't as bad as I thought. Soma losing this bottom left base is bad, but he's still mining from his 3rd and his natural. And Soma's not mining from anything. This Nexus dies. This Nexus dies. There's 1 Nexus remaining for Snow, and it's in the main. Holy crap. Soma. Okay, maybe we can't just run into storms all day, though. Maybe not all the time. Yeah. Snow's like, I really need this base. And someone's like, I really need you to not have this base. High Templar sniped for free? Nope. High Templar alive. High Templar alive. I'm trying to kill this. I mean, the Archon has a lot more HP than the High Templar does. Okay, that's big. What is this? Is that the same? It's just this guy fake out? Oh, he's forcing a drone pull with an empty shuttle. Snow, you monster. You absolute monster. You gotta love that. 42 to 10 workers is not ideal. Shuttle goes down. It's caused so much damage. Expanding to a new 4th base at the 12 o'clock here is Soma. Snow says, I need this now. I desperately need this base. 111 and 94 total supply. But a lot of that is workers. 30 of that is workers for the Zerg player. Snow has more stuff. He just has simply more army. And there are no defilers. Why are there no defilers? It's like, because there's just too much storm, Falcon. It's not going to be worth. But plagues, though. Just plaguing stuff makes your job so much easier. Oh, look who's checking this base like a good Protoss. Snow is. Snow is checking this base like a good Protoss. Forces a cancel, kills the drone for good measure. And then coming in here to try to get rid of this little group of Dragoon High Templar. Hopefully trying to snipe before the storms came up, but 2 storms hit. Oh, look at that Hydra Micro. Okay, so, all right, that gets wiped out. There are some Adrenalings out here with 1-1 upgrades. They're not fully upgraded Cracklings, but they will do against lone Dragoons they find. They will do. Yeah, I can see that why this is a DEFCON 1 replay. This is a desperate situation for both players right now. It's 1 base mining out for the Zerg. 1 base mining, 12 probes for the Protoss. Oh my gosh, if Lings sneak up this ramp and jump on these High Templar. Or 1 storm could kill them all. Why not? Oh, look at the... Oh my gosh, he did. He shut it down. He shut it down. This is a really important Ling setup. There's not enough... Oh, Zealot's just in the nick of time here. These are 1-1 Adrenalings, though. God. Bam. Zealot's responding to this is good. Overlord sees what we're dealing with for defense on this really important base. Hydra Lurker trying to make sure it's not easy for Snow to expand down this right side. Okay, these Lurkers are just not hitting the value. And why again? Because there is no Dark Swarm. That's why. Is there a new base? No, Soma's not building new bases, friends. He's making stuff, and he's long-distance mining. And that's it. GG! Snow gets the win in 24 minutes. There's just not enough left here for Soma. He's at, what was he at? I don't know. Let's take a look real quick here. But he just didn't have enough army supply to go and compete with what he was seeing here from Snow. Yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap up the game here. Right, so after this all dies, it's already... Yeah, army value is already way ahead for Snow because look at that worker count. Do the math. It's even in overall supply, but there are 30 more workers for the Zerg. That's a 30 supply advantage in army value. And now it's worse. Now it's worse. Now you have a lower supply than the Protoss and 30 more workers than they do. And then you're not busting up this ramp with 3 lurkers and 3 hydras. Look at all this storm that's on the top of this ramp. There's like, okay, 200 energy, 187 energy, 250 energy, 3 storms on that guy. Yep. Yep. Simply that's it. Simply that's it. That was just a, yeah. Maybe I don't have as much income as you do for a minute, but I'm able to get this base back up. I'm going to make sure that you can't expand up here. And then if you're not going to get plague, if you're not going to use defilers on me, then I will happily kill you. That sounds great, right? Right. It was just... Yeah, man. It was a great game. I'm going to put it there, right? It's a fantastic game. But just the fact that we're at 24 minutes and Soma did not have a single Dark Swarm or a single Plague out, and there were 4,700 storms today, it's just like, why do Zergs think they can do this? Why do they think they could do this without it? I mean, sure, there was a ton of Dark Swarm effectiveness, maybe not as good as you'd want it to be. Right? Right. But... Plagues would have helped here immensely. 2-3 upgrades better than the upgrades on the Zerg. I think it was probably a 2-1, maybe a 2-2. The Lings had the 1-1, just not as good as the Zealots with their 3-2. Adrenal's good, but can't account for everything. Yeah, I mean, that was intense for a minute there. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th bases being taken down simultaneously. Zerg losing his 4th and 5th bases. Holding on to the 3rd, and it looked good for a minute there, and I thought for sure we would get some defilers produced. Just a couple defilers, research plague. I think Soma went for the kill. I think he went for the kill a little bit too early, and it cost him. I do. All right, so GG, 206,000 points to 190,000 points there in favor of the Protoss, outproducing the Protoss 5-2, getting killed by a 4-2. Surprising it wasn't worse than that, honestly. And then end of the day, I did outspend the Protoss by a whole bunch, but man, Storm is the great equalizer. It has always been, and it shall always be. So GG, man. I mean, that was fantastic. I mean, that was a really good PvZ. DEFCON 1 for sure. Thanks again, RJB, for the replay. Check them out, youtube.com/@RJB_TV. And that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.